What if I told you that the fastest way to make money today isn't building a product, isn't mastering a skill, isn't even starting a business, but engineering perception? Not fake perception, not influencer nonsense. I'm talking about a deliberate, strategic personal brand. One that quietly converts attention into authority, authority into leverage, and leverage into money while you sleep. Most people misunderstand personal branding. The powerful weaponize it. Today, I'll show you how. The masses think personal branding is about being liked, posting consistently, sharing opinions, showing personality. That's amateur thinking. Power has never belonged to the most liked. It belongs to the most trusted and the most inevitable. Personal branding, at the highest level, is not self-expression. It's strategic positioning. Look at history. Kings didn't rule because they were friendly. Bankers didn't dominate because they were entertaining. Industrial titans didn't win because they were relatable. They won because people believed they were the authority. Modern platforms didn't change this law. They just accelerated it. Today, attention is cheap. Authority is rare. And whoever controls authority controls cash flow. Alchemy was never about turning lead into gold. It was about turning perception into reality. The modern version works the same way. Here's the formula the elite understand. Attention, authority, trust, monetization. Most people get stuck at attention. They chase views. They chase followers. They chase virality. But attention without authority is noise. Authority is what compresses time. It lets you charge more, faster, with less effort. One trusted voice can outperform 1,000 skilled nobodies. That's the hack. Here's where the game changes. The wealthy don't aim to be creators. Creators are disposable. They aim to become reference points. A reference point is someone people subconsciously defer to. When your name comes up, the conversation stops. When you speak, others quote. When you recommend, people comply. This is why billionaires write books they don't need. Why CEOs speak at conferences they don't attend for money. Why powerful people repeat the same ideas relentlessly. Repetition isn't laziness. It's domination. When people hear the same message from you enough times, your name fuses with the idea. And once you own an idea, you own a market. Here's the mistake beginners make. They try to talk about everything. Power comes from compression. One problem, one enemy, one promise. The strongest personal brands are brutally narrow. Not business, but turning chaos into systems. Not wealth, but escaping financial fragility. Not self-improvement, but thinking like the ruling class. When people feel a specific pain and associate you as the solution, they don't price shop. They don't hesitate. They don't negotiate. Money flows to clarity. Confusion is expensive. Certainty is priceless. Contrary to popular belief, you don't need to be visible. Power has never required exposure. It requires presence. Some of the most dangerous brands in the world are faceless. Why? Because anonymity creates projection, and projection amplifies authority. People fill the gaps with their own assumptions, and those assumptions are usually larger than reality. Your voice, your language, your framing, that's where power lives. Speak like a strategist, not a motivational speaker, not a coach begging for approval. The moment you sound like you need the audience, you lose them. Every powerful brand uses a distinct language, not slang, not jargon, framing. Notice how elite voices speak in laws, principles, and observations, not tips. They don't say, here's how to make money. They say, this is how money actually works. They don't ask permission. They declare reality. People don't follow information. They follow certainty. And certainty is contagious. Here's the paradox most people miss. You don't build trust by trying to be trustworthy. You build trust by being consistent. Consistency of message. Consistency of worldview. Consistency of positioning. When people can predict how you think, they trust you. This is why polarizing brands grow faster. They repel some and magnetize others. Neutrality is invisible. Clarity is profitable. Once authority is established, money stops being transactional. You no longer sell. You authorize access. Products become entry points. Services become filters. Pricing becomes a signal, not a barrier. At this stage, opportunities chase you. Partnerships, consulting, equity, influence. This is why personal branding is the highest leverage asset of the digital age. Platforms change. Algorithms shift. Businesses fail. Authority compounds. Why most people never reach this level? Because this path demands patience and restraint. You must delay validation. Repeat ideas before they feel exciting. Ignore trends that dilute your positioning. Most quit right before inevitability. They confuse silence with failure. But silence is often the prelude to dominance. Power doesn't announce itself early. It accumulates quietly. So the personal branding isn't about becoming famous. It's about becoming unavoidable. When your name becomes shorthand for a solution. When your voice frames how others think. When your ideas outlive the content itself. Money becomes a side effect. This is the modern alchemy. Not hustle, not hype, not luck. Just controlled perception, executed with discipline. And once you understand this, you'll never look at money the same way again.